Ladies and gentlemen, this podcast is brought to you by BSO and ABF Creative, and is scheduled for one fall. And on the mic, we have the one and only Robert Littal.
I got enemies, got a lot of enemies, got a lot of people trying to drain me of my energy. They trying to take the wave from your boy. Messing with your boy, better pray for your boy. It's Robert Littal. Keep that same energy podcast. Let's get to the opening bell. I'm going to go on a little rant here. Now, some of you may agree, some of you may disagree. Now, this is not the type of rant that you can have on social media. Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, Black Planet, MySpace. This is not the type of rant for that. It's just something that I want to get off my chest. And once again, feel free to agree or disagree. This is not about me trying to convince you. This is not me looking for affirmation from you. This is me that got about, some time on my hand right now. I just wanted to get this off of my chest. It all starts with Channing Crowder. Do you know Channing Crowder? Ex-NFL player. Now does a podcast called The Pivot with Ryan Clark and Fred. What's Fred's name? Now I don't forget Fred's name. Fred Taylor. That's his name. Former Jaguars running back. University of Florida running back. It's a good podcast. You probably listen to that podcast, and you also probably listen to the I Am Athlete podcast with Brandon Marshall and Ocho. And Channing Crowder got in a little bit of hot water over the weekend. You probably saw it. Channing Crowder was sitting there talking, and somehow the conversation got on Russell Wilson and Ciara and Future. And Channing Crowder called Russell Wilson a cornball and said that Ciara would have never gotten with Russell Wilson if he didn't have bread. For those that you that don't know, bread means money. Okay? And he got a little bit of trouble about that. If you go on the social medias or just type in his name, you will see a lot of thoughts on this. And a lot of them very negative toward Channing Crowder. They went and found his high school yearbook pictures. It's rough for Channing Crowder right now. They really going in on him. And it got me to thinking about this. And it's deeper than Channing Crowder, Russell Wilson, Future, Ciara. It's deeper than that. So what I'm about to say may shock you. You may have to get up out your seat. You may have to rewind and listen to what I said again. So prepare to be shocked. I'm just going to say it. Barbershop talk is dead. I repeat, barbershop talk is dead in 2022. And I'm upset by this. I'm very upset about this. And you say, Rob, why are you upset? Anybody that's been in a black barbershop before know that people just talk. They just say anything. They talk about everything. It's not supposed to be dissected. It's not supposed to be broken down to its very last compound. It's not to have think pieces. It's not supposed to have stories written about it. It's not supposed to have these definitions and stereotypes attached to it. It's just barbershop talk. People just talking. We're losing the ability to talk. And it's pissing me off. And once again, listen to what I'm saying. It has nothing to do with Ciara or Russell Wilson or Future or Cornballs. Has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the ability to just be able to talk to your boys, say stuff, and not have it broken down. Not have all these people talking about you hate women. You're misogynistic. You're this, you're that. You're canceled. Here's my think piece about it. Here's why this is destroying the black community. Talking about Ciara, Russell Wilson, and Future is not destroying the black community. There's a lot of reasons. There's a lot of problems in the black community. And I can tell you, 100%, it has nothing to do with Ciara, Russell Wilson, and Future. Talking about that is not destroying the black community. It is not destroying the black woman. It is not destroying the black man. We can't talk no more. We can't just have a good laugh at somebody's expense. No more. We can't have any barbershop talk. You can't say anything anymore. If somebody walked up to me and said, "Hey, Rob, you're looking a little husky these days." It's true. What am I going to get mad about? Why am I going to, your body no, you're not body shaming me. I'm a little husky. The pandemic, it's a lot of Postmates. And I know this is the first time I've raised my voice in a while. But it's really bothering me. If somebody's fat, you should be able to call them fat. It's true. It's not. It's true. You should be able to say, no offense, but you should be able to say Lizzo is husky. I'm not body shaming her. I'm husky too. I can stand to lose a few pounds. I'm not judging. I'm just making an observation. It's like saying Shaq is tall. The truth, it's not offensive. Yeah, you're body shaming. You can't body shame telling the truth. I don't think people understand the definitions of what they're talking about. You're body shaming. No, body shaming is if you make, you say some things, you say some cruel things, mean things, you kick them out. You know what body shaming is? When a fat girl is not allowed to get in the club before the skinny girls. That's body shaming. Calling a fat is not body shaming. That's accurate. Calling a guy fat. If he's fat, he's fat. Like calling Shaq tall. We can't talk no more. It's the death of barbershop talk. I couldn't believe it. They said Channing Crowder is killing the black community because he called Russell Wilson a cornball. I mean, he called him a corn. Like, come on now. Come on now. We gotta do better than this. First off, Channing Crowder is not the first person to call Russell Wilson a cornball. His own teammates did back in the day. Richard Sherman called him that. So this is not new. This discussion about Ciara and Russell Wilson, it's not new. It's not new. It's not destroying the black community. These are rich people we're talking about. These are rich and famous people. Ciara was going to be with a rich and famous person. Didn't matter if it was Future or Russell Wilson or whoever. It wasn't going to be the UPS guy. It wasn't going to be the guy working at Walmart. We know this. We know this. We also know factually. These are facts. We know factually that there are times, and I'm talking about men and women. I'm not just talking about women. I'm talking about men and women. that we deal with toxicity, can't even talk, in relationships. And therefore, at a certain point, we want something a little calmer, a little more peaceful, a little more relaxed, a little more stable. And people get clowned for that every single day. There's a girl right now out there clowning her best friend because all her husband and boyfriend wants to do is sit out and mow his yard. Oh, your boyfriend don't like to go to the club. Your boyfriend's so boring. All he does is sit there all the time. He don't do anything. He reads. I can't believe he's reading a book. Your boyfriend's a lame. He's reading a book. Meanwhile, her friend's getting cheated on 17 times. That's real life. That's barbershop talk. We just talking. You should be able just to talk without 10,000 people on your head. You don't have to agree with it. You don't have to agree. I remember I was in a barbershop once and they talked about how Kobe went to Duke. You don't have to agree with it. You don't have to listen to it. It's barbershop talk. It's not a big deal. Ain't nothing to get your panties in with a bunch over. What you so upset about? Why are you writing these long paragraphs? Using all 280 characters for barbershop talk. That's how people talk. You don't think in the barbershop? See, we losing recipes, like Michael Irvin said. You don't think this is how people talk about celebrities all the time? This is not new. This is not destroying the community. This is how people talk. That's how they talk about Will Smith and Jada. How they talk about Moneybag Yo and Aria, whatever her name is, and Quavo and Swati or whatever. That's how people talk. We just have conversations about celebrities. There are fan pages for Zendaya and Tom Holland. Just talking. It's not a big deal. Just conversation. We can't have a conversation no more. You can't say anything. You can't say anything anymore. Look, if you want, like I said, you can disagree. I don't care if you, I don't think, I don't care if you think Russell Wilson's a cornball or not. Man's a millionaire, got hot wife, some kids, seems to be fine to me. And also, besides the death of barbershop talk, the hypocrisy, oh my God, the hypocrisy that is out there in these streets is disgusting. If Russell Wilson would give me a Russell Wilson, I wish I had me a Russell Wilson. If that's a cornball, look, sign me up. A lot of nice guys out there. They don't make, $30 million a year. It's a lot of nice guys. But, if they give you a compliment, you turn your head. If they say hi in a DM, you post it on social media. I can't believe he said hi to me. That's what's wrong with these N-words. But you want a Russell Wilson. Oh, the hypocrisy is at a all-time high. All-time high. Can't talk no more. We just can't have a conversation. You just can't talk to your boys anymore. At least whatever you talk to your boy, you can't let it get to social media. They have a podcast that's basically about just talking. It's basically a barbershop style podcast. It's supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be interesting. It's supposed to have different opinions. Oh my God, he's got Future dick all up in his mouth. Brother got Future this and all this and stuff. Look at this picture from high school. Come on now. We just talking. Is it that serious? Is that serious you had to go find this man's high school, his yearbook, and scan the picture? Is it that serious? Because he just talking? We can't talk no more. We can't say anything no more. I saw a brother today. What did he tweet? He tweeted that it was a joke. It wasn't even serious. Brother was like, oh, I gave a girl a compliment about an afro. And she kept walking. And that's why I don't give any compliments and a big laughing emoji. You're not taking it seriously at all. Just talking. He's called a misogynist. Oh, he's what do you expect? Women, nice guys, they always misogynist. They always expect women to do it. Come on now. You guys even know what these words mean? Like, do you really understand what these? Like, that's what I'm saying. People don't understand what they saying half the time. They just catch on like phrases and stuff. Just because some guy said he gave a girl a compliment, she didn't react to it, doesn't make him misogynist. He's just talking. My man, just talking. We can't talk anymore. It's strange. It's weird. You gotta watch what you say. And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying everybody gotta just be all willy nilly and be racist and all this stuff, sexist and all this. But we sometimes you just gotta talk. You can't say anything, especially guys. You say you could just be like, "Hey, beautiful." Nah, that won't fly no more. Gotta have a discussion about it. Destroying the black community. The trauma. Ciara's not suffering any trauma from Channing Crowder. There's no trauma being suffered. Russell Wilson, no trauma. There's literally no trauma. Nothing about talking about Russell Wilson, Ciara, and Future is causing anybody any type of trauma. And if it is causing you trauma, I suggest you go get help. It's not that serious. I'm tired of it. Ain't nothing I can do about it, but I'm tired of it. So I had this little platform, so sometimes I just gotta let it off my chest. Can't talk no more. You want some homework? Here's some homework that you can do. Here's some homework. I want you to think about all the things that you say to either your closest friend, like your best friend, or your significant other. Because sometimes your significant other is, who you confide in. I want you to think about just all the stuff you say, just in general, on a daily basis. Just random. And then I want you to think about all that stuff. And then I want you to think about how much of that stuff, if it made its way to social media, would have people doing think pieces about you. It's a lot. It's a lot. You don't realize all the crazy stuff you say because you're just talking. You really don't realize all the stuff that, if twisted and turned and manipulated, could not necessarily end up on, everybody talking about you, calling your names and stuff. You don't think about it. Remember, that Asian person cut you off the other day? What you said? You remember. You got curved by a guy or girl of the, a different race. You remember what you said. You watching TV. White guys. My white brothers. You lost some money on the game. What you say about that black player? You know. I know. Because I'm real. I know people talk every day. Say offensive stuff every day. Is it like, I always say this, like racism, like you have to be a racist, right? Prejudice, though, everybody's a little prejudiced. Everybody's has a little stereotyping in them. It's human nature. You're thinking, it's in your brain. Even if you don't want it there, it's in there. When you walk into certain places, you see certain people, you see certain situations, those stereotypes and that prejudice pops right out. It's the truth. We just got to be honest. We got to be honest. We're losing recipes. We can't talk anymore. Can't just have a conversation. Can't just say stupid stuff, silly stuff, and without it getting all serious. Man, I mean, he's just joking. He's just playing around. He just joking. He's saying something that people like a million people don't say it. It's an old joke. Maybe it's played out, but come on, man. What trauma are you really suffering? How has this hurt the black community? Out of all the stuff that's going on in the black community, you telling me Channing Crowder, telling a multi-millionaire, two multi-millionaires, that he's a cornball and she only married him because of what happened with Future, and you telling me that's what's destroying the black community? You telling me that's our biggest problem? Channing Crowder Ciara and Russell Wilson and Future. Future's our problem. What is it? The Nefarious, whatever his name is, Noctavius, Navidius. He's the problem because Future is knocking up a bunch of IG models. That's the problem with the black community. That's the trauma. That's what we really need to be worried about. That's what you're telling me? Is that what you're... Okay. That's what you're telling me. We're losing recipes.
What in the blue hell?
Now let me calm down a bit and talk about the fallout from Will Smith's slap. Obviously, I did the podcast last week and explained how Will was in the wrong. But he's in the wrong because of the toxicity of his relationship. And I explained a little bit about how when you're emotional like that and you do emotional things, you don't think about the back end of it. You don't think about the consequences of it because you're just so riled up with emotions that you just act out and you don't think till later. And it's a little strange that Jada could just give him a look and cause him to act like that. Like, that's not healthy. I don't care what anybody say. I don't care if you think it's justified or not justified. The fact of the matter is this: is justified or not, you literally cannot do that in public. I mean, it's against the law. I mean, if you were at Walmart and, somebody's talking crazy towards you, maybe justified to knock them out, but in the end, you're probably going to be the one that they take away. So you got to think about these pros and cons to everything. Now, maybe if this was the BET Awards, I mean, maybe it'd be different. And the Source Awards, probably be expected. The Oscars, a little different. You didn't think. And I expressed that. And I expressed that he probably needs to get out of that relationship. I don't know what she got on him. But, I see all these videos, and he's always the one acting out for her. And it's never vice versa. It's not healthy. It's not a healthy situation. With that being said, got to get back to this. In the grand scheme of things, it's not that big of a deal, right? It's embarrassing. It's a bad look. It's going to be with him for a minute. He's lucky Chris Rock didn't knock him out or tackle him or something, because it could have been a lot worse. But is that affecting your day? No. It's bringing trauma to the black community? No. It's the reason, things are going down in the black. No. Does it perpetuate some stereotypes? Yes. But were those stereotypes are going to be there the day before, the day after, if nothing had happened? Probably. So yeah, it perpetuated the stereotype that wasn't going away anyway. What upsets me is this. Is that now they're like, well, Will, since you're in the hot seat, can't, do your movies now. Now, to me, that's ridiculous. Okay? Didn't shoot anybody. You could actually shoot people in Hollywood and to still be cool. Didn't molest anybody, didn't assault any women or anything. I mean, he did hit a man, but it's man-on-man violence. That's why Chris Rock's from Brooklyn. You don't press charges for stuff like that. You don't put another black man in jail for stuff like that. That's what white people do. That's what Colby Covington does. That's what white people do. Black people don't do that. We have enough issues as it is. You're not putting another black man in jail. So now they want to push back his movies. No more Bad Boys 4 for a while. It'll blow over eventually. But the thing that bothers me is this: is that and this is what he didn't think about at the moment. But man, you employ a lot of people. A lot of people's livelihood is dependent on your success. See, sometimes you don't think about that. You don't think about how your actions have a trickle-down effect. Will Smith's still gonna be a millionaire. Jada Pinkett still gonna be a millionaire. Their kids are still gonna be millionaires. They still gonna have a nice house, nice car. He's still gonna have an Oscar. 20 years from now, they'll joke about it. It'll be recreated. Him and old Chris Rock, 70-year-old men, just laughing about it. But what if you were someone that was, an independent contractor, and you're scheduled to work on Bad Boys 4 or whatever else he had in the works that's been paused? You know what else gets paused? Them paychecks. So now, the interior designer, the makeup person, the guy that gets the coffee, the construction workers, the person that makes the set, the designer, the wardrobe, all these people who aren't millionaires, all of a sudden now, they got to find another gig. And like I said, I partly blame Will for that because he didn't think about it. But I really blame Hollywood. Like, really? I mean, come on. Let's be honest. I mean, it's they do it on Saturday Night Live. It's a joke. It's not destroying any communities. Didn't destroy Hollywood. I don't think you're gonna have many people that say, "Hey, I'm not gonna go to Bad Boys 4 because Will Smith slapped Chris Rock." You know what I mean? Like, even if they disagree with it, I don't see it getting to the point where it's so bad that someone will be like, something, I'm going to not go to something that I think I might enjoy. I might not watch this streaming movie because of this. Like, I don't it didn't stop me from watching the season finale of Bel Air. And like I said, I didn't agree with it. Your woman shouldn't have you on a leash like that when she just look at you and you're the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. But I didn't not watch Bel Air because of it. You know what I mean? Like, I probably watch Bad Boys 4. I like Martin Lawrence. I don't know. I know Will got I wouldn't watch the Slave movie, but I wouldn't have watched that even if he didn't slap him. You know what I mean? Like, I just, it's not big enough to be like, something I'm not going to, I want to boycott this individual. Like, it has to be pretty big for you to boycott. Like, there's people that still watch the Cosby Show. If it still comes on, I'm sure. There's somebody's playlist that still has an R. Kelly playlist. I'm not equating with. I'm just saying that, I don't think it's necessary to pause his production. I don't think it's that serious. I think there are ramifications, and it's not the greatest look of all time. But I think that's more on Will. Don't punish people that aren't millionaires. That's what you're not punishing Will. Because in 2-3 years when this blows over, he'll start back up. Or whatever, 2-3 weeks for all we know. You're punishing the people that need the money right now. That's what I'm saying. It's just, we're so hyper. Like, how can you be so hyper focused on something like this when there's real life war going on? They bombing hospitals with kids and stuff in it. Like, we don't care about the real stuff. We care more about the superficial. We care more about the city girls and the city boys than real life. And then what we do is, because we care more about the fake than the real, we try to pretend that the fake has more power over the real than we think. You see what I'm saying? We try to make it seem like Beyonce is just random, has real power over life. Yeah, I get it. You like Beyonce. You're in the Beehive. You like Rihanna. You like BTS. Doja Cat, whatever it is. But that's not real life. They don't have the power. The people you need to be worried about is your actual boss, your actual spouse, your actual friends, real life. People you deal with every day. You're sitting here fighting over Beyonce for 7 hours of your day. Your kid over here please, can I get a grilled cheese sandwich? Can you stop arguing about Beyonce for a minute and make me some spaghetti. I'm hungry. Got to do better. I don't know if we will. Technology, gift and a curse. Like I said, without social media, I wouldn't be here right now. So it's not like I'm high horsing. I understand that. I'm well-to-do because of social media. But it's a poisonous tree. You know, if you eat the wrong apples, it's not good for you. You gotta be real aware that part's a simulation. Or in cases like mine, just a job. It's not real. It's the Matrix. What you see is not reality. People show either their best or worst sides on social media. It's never the real side. Some people oversharing, they're just terrible people. Or what the other thing is, they share the terrible side because they can't in real life. They feel emasculated or whatever in real life, so you gotta be, Benny Badass on social media. It's not real. Simulation. Take it as such. Celebrities don't have anything to do with your regular life. Will Smith's not causing trauma to the black community. He's not destroying the black community. It's a talking piece. It's barbershop talk. That's all it is. I appreciate you listening. Please follow me on Twitter at BSO, Facebook Black Sports Online, Instagram and YouTube BSOTV. Big shout out to ABF Creative for helping put this podcast together. I'm out.